Have you ever wondered what an excavator can do for you on your property, but you never had the chance to really operate one? If you're planning to either buy one or rent one, I'm going to show you the basics on how to get started. Plus, I'm going to give you 3 common uses of what you could do around your property with it. Here's a disclaimer. I'm not a professional excavator operator. I'm just a redneck with a camera that makes videos on YouTube of me playing around on the farm and helping out my neighbors. So if you're looking for something super corporate, this is probably not the video to watch. My excavator of choice is the Kubota KX033. It has about 23.5 horsepower to it. To me, it wasn't too small to where it couldn't do some trees and dig out some trees, but it also wasn't big enough to where I can't tow it back behind my gas Ford. By no means Kubota is paying for this video or sponsoring any which way. This is solely one of my pieces of equipment that I have on the farm here that I just absolutely love and cherish. Let's go ahead and get started on some really basic fundamentals. To get started, the first thing you gotta know is you gotta have to put down the lever. You're gonna have 2 joysticks, one to your left and one to your right. They all have a forward, back, side-to-side type pattern depending on mode you have it on your excavator. So my left controller, if I tilt it left, it's gonna swing around the boom left. The harder I go, the further it goes. When I push it forward, it raises the boom up and raises the boom down. That's pretty much the only functions it's actually doing. Now the right-hand joystick is gonna be a little bit different. When I move my left-hand joystick to the left, scoop the bucket. When I move it to the left, and it's gonna unscoop the bucket when I move it to the right. When I move it forward, the boom's gonna go down. When I move it back, the boom's gonna go up. So with both of them in tandem, you'll be able to operate and do basic functions with it. Now you also have tracks to where you can move forward and back. There's 2 of them. One controls the left tracks and the other one controls the right tracks. You can use them completely opposite, but be careful, it will tear up your grass. Now this also has a blade to where I can raise the blade up, raise the blade down. I can even move my blade left to right. If you have an external thumb on your actual excavator too, normally it's going to be on your right hand side. You could claw things and pick them up with it, which I got to tell you is probably the most handiest part about this Kubota. Now that you know how to run one of these things, let's go ahead and play with some cool attachments. So this is the Tree Slayer by Rut Manufacturing out of either North Carolina, and like I said before, it is something that it just makes an attachment if you're clearing brush, if you're clearing out some woods, if you just want to kind of clear out some area that you think you never had, this is definitely the attachment to get for your excavator. Everybody sees them online doing it. I'm going to show you a little bit. This is kind of what does all the cutting. Are going to be 3 of these guys. Yeah, they're small blades, easy to sharpen. I've never really had to sharpen them yet. I'll get a really close up to the camera without hitting the camera maybe. It's like having a giant bush hog on your excavator. You can articulate it up, upside down, vertical, horizontal, any which way. It doesn't cut as fast as a conventional one, so you are kind of limited to it. But if you're trying to get some hard to reach areas, like let's say your pond or on the other side of the fence line, or you have small yards to catch some debris and you want to catch anything up to 6 inches, this guy right here will do it. It's one of my favorite. It's fun to have the attachment. It's also very dangerous too. I'm over here at my neighbor's house and we're going to be cutting a 24-inch ditch so he can extend some power to his RV. Say that the trench we're going to go ahead and cut is going to be about 24 inches deep. It's going to be just enough to where he could go ahead and just drop in some underground 3/6 wire. So I figure it's going to be about 100 feet. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and start punching in the hole over here. Any power lines that are above, nothing already underneath the ground. I know that for sure. Makes digging a trench 10 times easier. Even if you got to rent one, it takes a little bit of time to learn how to operate these. I'd say it's not the easiest thing in the world to get started, but if you just practice punching and digging in holes, anybody can learn how to operate this. You have a lot of blind spots on the side, and it's something that you have to warn people around. Many people die every year because they get hit by a loader or some sort of heavy machinery because people just can't see it. And you're paying attention to one thing, and you're not paying attention to the people around you, your surroundings, it's very important to be aware of what's around. So always walk it around, understand your surroundings. It's just super important. When you are running these excavators, the big thing is tearing up a yard with your tracks. So I'm keeping it really clean, my wide turns, but I'm gonna see if I could do this without messing anything up here. But when you got grass and people have been nurturing it and you're not trying to tear it up, we went ahead and dropped in the electrical. Now that is direct burial 3/6, in case you contractors out there are like screaming, hey, that probably should be in a conduit, but this is a residential application. So with that being said, here it is. We hit a bunch of roots right here. We hit a bunch of roots right there. We're gonna go ahead and start covering it up. I'm gonna use the blade to push it back in there slowly. I'm gonna try to keep it as neat as possible. Now, one of the hardest things that you're gonna find out when you start learning how to operate a mini excavator is that grading is gonna be the hardest thing. It just takes some time to learn. I'm still not really good at it. And you know, it is not the equipment to grade with. Okay, let's go ahead and test out my electrical work over here. This is gonna be a 50 amp breaker. Good, nothing's caught on fire. We're great. You saw the GFI just light up. 240, perfect. We go ahead and test out the 110, 120. So before we get into a little bit more about what the excavator can do, I wanted to let you know what I really also enjoy. Number one, I love it so I can actually bring it to places where normally I can't fit other excavators. It's really heavy. I could put it in front of a yard. I could do it with landscaping. I can knock out work 10 times quicker than a crew of people can actually do, just by simply having a bucket and just be able to haul it around and stay within a 8,000 pound limit. Now I'm towing it behind an F250 and I could tow it fine as far as I want to really go with it. And I also have a dump trailer too that I tow it behind. So wherever I bring it, I could actually bring dirt, spread it around, I could do rock as well. So, but today I'm going to be doing a little job here, putting in a little bit of landscaping, and this, you know, having a little mini X just makes life so much simpler. I'm gonna go ahead and remove the excavator from the dump trailer just so you guys can see how easy it is and driving around and just loading it and unloading it. So here I'm going to, I have the trees, I have the bushes and the plants laid out. Instead of me using the front blade, I'm gonna end up using the bucket for this and just kind of scrape the top portion of it and get it as neat as possible in a straight line. I'm so glad that I had the excavator to do this because it would have taken me forever to do that by hand. Now all I gotta do is just dig the holes for the bushes and the plants to go in, and I'm done. Okay, so here we are finding ourselves grading it. And like I said before, grading is going to be the hardest thing you're going to be able to learn how to do on the excavator. And I'm still learning how to do it. But this was some asphalt millings that I wanted to give the driveway a
fresh new look.
So if you like today's video, go ahead and hit that like and subscribe button to find that next tool in your toolbox.